is there anything that is like a common mistake that you see that entrepreneurs make as they're talking to investors? I think a lot of our listeners are kind of hitting that point where they're either through a pre-seed seed and they're probably getting to. I've seen this in my experience. At each of those phases, you get to kind of larger groups, more experienced groups, more professional groups. A lot of times, you're shifting from angels into institutional investors. What are some of those things you're like, don't do this?
Yeah, yeah. It is, it's very, very interesting to kind of see the breadth of different types of approaches and different ways in which people, think about investing. Think about getting investment. I would say one of the things that's a big no-no that we always have a little chuckle about on the investing side is when a seed company is like, overselling, pitching itself as I am your next decacorn, I am this, I am that. I think there's a certain amount of confidence, but humility that needs to go with you
Yeah.
pitch a business. There needs to be confidence in your ability to build something really special, but there needs to be humility in the sense that, you have a lot to prove, you have a lot to get done. The people that try and pitch their businesses as the de facto next decacorn in their category and the winner of a category that is already overcrowded with God knows how many people, like those things just put you off right away. I think another thing really to note is investors invest in people. So sometimes when a founder has a really good business and they feel, maybe somewhat self-assured, they can become very arrogant in their process. And what you've got to understand is the person
Yeah.
investing in you or the person you want to invest in you, partly investing in you because they like you and they think they can work with you. And if it's a very, aggressive and arrogant approach you take in terms of how you're negotiating or how you're managing the relationship, it's very easy to put off an investor. One thing to always remember as an entrepreneur is once an investor decides they like your business, the next, like, whatever period of time of diligence that they go through is all about trying to pick holes in it and figure out why they shouldn't invest in it. And so
Yeah.
if you give them reasons to think about that, if you give them reasons to not invest, then those things are going to work against you over time. So I think it's very important that you really think of it as a courting period on both sides. They need to sell you on them. You need to sell yourself to them. And you need to make sure that you're building a partnership that actually works and that mutually you can work well together on.
I love that. I always say when friends call up or people I know say, I have this idea and we're going to make billions. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Uh,
Have you ever made
I don't
billions
think,
before? Do you know what it takes? Not
yeah,
easy.
it's,
So,
it's not easy.
yeah.